How y'all feeling, man? On this Saturday, we back on here, man. This live will be getting uploaded to my YouTube channel as well. Either sometime tomorrow, probably sometime tomorrow or Monday, somewhere up in there. Um, let's just go ahead and get more deeper into it. I want to give a huge shout out to the Most High in general for everything. I'm also giving a shout out to myself as well for wanting to receive this good information and give out this good information as well. I'm also giving you a shout out to everyone and to y'all. I literally take energy out of y'all's day to come rock me, show me love and support. You feel me? I appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all so much. More love always deeply. I'm also sending good positive energy towards everyone always deeply. Also, if you want to buy my ebook, you can. Link will be in the description and in the comments. My ebook is $10.90, pretty cheap. I talk about the alignment energy in that book. It talks about. Let me say it that way. Excuse me. It talks about alignment energy. Excuse me, etc. And yeah, let's go ahead and get ready into the live. So look, right, you weren't meant to fit in, bro. What exactly do I mean by this, right? Here's the thing, bro. I'm gonna just tell y'all some more about myself, right? I graduated high school this year, right? As you can see, I'm not in college, nothing like that, or community college. No, nothing with school. I do other things, right? Anywho, right? When I was much younger, right? I would try to fit in, right? And as I was trying to fit in, I noticed, like, bro, I'm trying to fit in, but it never really truly worked out in my favor. Like, no matter how much I was trying to fit in, it was like, it never really worked, right? I would still feel like I was left out of the group or the groups, right? But then later on, I started to realize my energy is different. I started to understand and understand energy more. I started to understand and understand, bro, energy and frequency are real things. It's all around us. So you could try to be around somebody all day, but if y'all's energy isn't clicking, if y'all's energy isn't connecting, it's not going to work. It's not going to work out how you may want it to work. It's not. So then I realized I started to awaken more and more and more. Started to go through more. I started to experience more spiritual awakenings, right? And as I experienced more spiritual awakenings, um, etc., I started to realize that, oh, I'm one of the chosen ones. I'm a divine being, right? I started to realize that a lot of the people around me, they are bots. They don't know what's going on. They haven't awakened enough to see what's going on and to feel and really understand and understand what's going on, right? So I started to be more aware of myself. I started to be more aware of others and the energy that I was around. I started to realize I'm not missing out on anything, right? If the universe wants me alone right now, then I'm gonna be alone. If the universe wants me to be around a bunch of people, then that's what I'm gonna do, right? But at that time, right, when I was much younger, I would get frustrated and get upset and get sad because I was like, dang, like, why do I don't really have any friends? Why? It's like I try to fit in, but it's not really going in my favor, right? But in reality, it was going in my favor. It is going in my favor. Back then, I was so young, I didn't really understand and understand what the universe was trying to do. But now I really do get what the universe, somewhat I get what the universe is doing, right? The universe was protecting me, right? The universe is like, no, I don't want you with them because they on different energies and you on different energies, right? And it's not gonna mix. It's not mixing together right. You see what I'm saying? So sometimes when you are alone, cause I done been there before, bro. Like, dang, I'm trying to fit in with the crowd. I'm at school trying to fit in, but it's just not really working, right? Because you're not supposed to be around those people. Your vibration, your energy is different, right? At the time, I didn't really get that. I used to get mad, get frustrated, used to get sad, etc. It's like, dang, why do I not have no friends, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would be around people. Sometimes I would still feel alone. I was like, what is going on, right? But I was tapping in with myself, but I needed to tap into myself more to really understand what was going on, right? And the universe, um, us chosen ones, right? We spend a lot of our energy alone, right? We're very ancient souls. A lot of us are very sensitive to energy, right? So we're really not supposed to be around a lot of individuals because a lot of individuals aren't vibrating high, right? This planet has been brainwashed and has been reversed, so etc. So a lot of people think right is left and left is right, but actually left is right and right is left. You see what I'm saying? Only a few on this planet know that right is actually left and left is actually right. A lot of people don't know that, right? And a lot of people do. So, you know, as I was growing up, I was like, dang, like I'm alone a lot. Like even when I'm trying to fit in with these groups or whatever, I'm still like, don't really feel the bond, the real connection, right? And you know, I started to realize more and more like, okay, universe wants me to be here. The universe knows everything about me. The universe knows everything. So if the universe wants me to be in isolation, okay, I'm gonna be in isolation. I'm gonna enjoy the isolation season. And I'm gonna use the isolation season to my advantage in good positive ways, bro. I'm not gonna, you see what I'm saying? Right? So if you're in isolation season, bro, enjoy it. Use it to your advantage in good positive ways, right? Sorry that no one is talking. It's no need to apologize, right? Sometimes people just want to listen, right? You know, people don't always have to talk. You know, that's perfectly fine. Um, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool to come in and chat and talk, but if you just want to sit there and listen to the information, like, it's all good. But nah, you don't gotta apologize, bro. You good. You know what I'm saying? But like, if people want to come in here and they just want to listen only, that's fine with me. If people want to come in here and talk, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really up to the individual and what they want to do on that. But getting back though to whatever what was I saying? But so, and if you're in a season where you're around a bunch of people being very sociable, enjoy it, right? Use it to your advantage in good positive ways, right? Because the universe, appreciate that light, because the universe, it knows what it's doing. Shout out CK. The universe knows what it's doing. Shout out everybody in here. The universe knows what it's doing. So, right? And don't let being alone make you feel like it's something wrong with you, bro. It's nothing wrong with you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've gotten a lot of stuff like done just being alone, right? Cause I used to be like, dang, like, why I ain't got no like friends or nobody I can really like tap in with. Like, I would be around people, but it was never nobody. Like, for a long time, I would be around people, but it was never really like, a lot of times with people, it was like I couldn't really connect with them. How like the energy, bro, it was a frequency, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, even when I was much younger, I used to question a lot, like religion, just etc. I used to question, right? And I still do question a lot, right? And and so don't let like being alone make you feel like you lame or you're boring, right? You know what I'm saying? One thing about me, bro, I don't like partying, right? I don't have anything against it, but that's not my thing. That's not my type of thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, if somebody, like, I'll go to, like, maybe, like, a birthday party, something like that. But if you mean, like, a party or a club, that's not me, bro. That's not Ali. I'm Ali. I am a God. I am that I am. I'm Ali, right? Me going to a club, that's not me, bro. That's not me, right? That's not who I am, right? I don't got nothing against clubs, but that's not me. You know what I'm saying? That's not me. So why would I even be there, right? A lot of people find that boring. Like, dang, like, you don't want to go to the club. That's just not, a lot of people don't want to go to the club, right? So, the more I kept tapping in with myself, the more I kept tapping in with the universe, I started to realize more and more, oh, so these are the reasons why the universe wanted me alone. Oh, these are the reasons the universe wanted me to be away from certain individuals, right? You know what I'm saying? Because it's energy, it's a frequency thing, bro. You are who you hang around to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? So now when I'm alone, I'm cool with being alone. I love being alone. I enjoy being alone. Now, don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? Of course, sometimes, you might want to be around other people, which is normal. You know what I'm saying? And you can be around other people if you choose to. You know what I'm saying? But just be mindful. If you're gonna be around people, if you want to be more social or you want to hang out, etc., you just be mindful. Appreciate that. Just be mindful of who you are around, bro. I'm not saying go be in isolation. If you want to hang out, okay, that's your life, but just be mindful of who you're around, bro. If you want to hang out but you don't want to do drugs, and you probably shouldn't hang out with people who do drugs, because you might start to do drugs. You see what I'm saying? If you constantly around them, they ask you all the time, you want to hit this, you want to hit this? One day you might be having a bad day, bro, then they ask you, and you might hit that. The next thing you know, you're doing drugs every day, right? You know what I'm saying? So I'm just giving y'all some different examples, bro. But yeah, bro, like, when I was much younger, I was alone a lot. Like, if I was alone a lot, even when I was around people, I was still alone, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I was so, like, young. I was like, bro, what is this? Like, I'm with people, but I don't, you know what I'm saying? But I was like, bro, it's my energy, right? Like, like, people who vibrate high, you can call it spiritual, whatever you want to call it, but like, people who have like a really like rare, different energy, bro, you're gonna stand out naturally, right? This is why when you go to the grocery store, or like you go to like the mall or whatever, you notice like a lot of people just just sitting there looking at you, and you don't even know these people whatsoever, right? It's your energy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because this happens to me almost every time I walk out, like I go out somewhere. If not every time, right? People just stare at me and just look at me, and I'm like, bro, I don't even know these people, right? You see what I'm saying? And like alienated, like it be like for real, bro. And I'm one of my superpowers is I'm psychic, so I really can feel energy, right? Like sometimes I don't be wanting to sometimes I don't be wanting to be around a lot of energy because I'm psychic. So I feel a lot of energy at times. Like for real. Sometimes I even feel people's thoughts. Like, and that's facts, right? If you go look at the brain and how the brain works, we have electricity. We have a lot of electricity in our brain. So you can be, a lot of people are telepathic, right? So telepathy is a real thing, right? A lot of dogs and animals use telepathy, right? You feel me? Is this your first live? No, I've done a few lives. I don't like if you look on my channel, I've done some YouTube lives, not a whole lot, but I have done some. You know what I'm saying? But yeah though, man, like, if you are alone and you try to be around people but it never works, I don't want you to feel like you can't make friends or you can't have people you hang out with. It's so many people that would love to hang out with you. Just, bro, you just might be around the wrong energies, right? Sometimes to attract the energy that you want to be around, sometimes that means you have to let go of the energy that you are around, right? So just because you might feel like you can't make friends, you can make friends, bro. It's just to have true friends, you have to be on certain frequencies, right? If not, it's not going to work, right? I'm just being real with you, bro, etc. And even if y'all all are even if y'all are on the same frequencies or similar frequencies, people can at any given moment change the frequency. So y'all might be good and be cool, but if they start changing their frequency, now the vibe might not feel the same, bro. But yeah, though, bro, like it's your mindset, bro. It's your perception, right? We've been so taught and so programmed to think that there's something wrong with being alone. If you being alone and you're not like doing nothing to nobody and you being yourself and you vibrating high, then there's nothing wrong with it, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And sometimes people think like being too social is like weird, right? Bro, if you being yourself and you vibrating high, there's nothing wrong with you being really sociable, as long as you're not like on no negative low vibrational energy. You see what I'm saying, bro? You know what I'm saying? You feel me? But wait, facts. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, it's kind of hard to explain verbally, but like if you know, you know, bro. Like a lot of times, bro, when I be going out in public, people just be staring at me, bro. And I don't even know these people, bro. Like I'm just minding my business, bro. Like I remember one time I was out like getting something, right? And like I just looked, like I told you, I'm psychic, so I really be feeling energy. Like I be feeling energy, I be feeling thoughts, etc. So like I'm walking, right? And I just look, bro. I just look to my right, and it's just woman just staring at me. Like, bro, like for real, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like when your energy is just really different, really like magnetizing. That's the thing that like I'm starting to notice, that I have started to notice more. Like when you don't really want attention, a lot of times the attention will naturally just pull to you. Like for a lot of individuals who don't want attention, a lot of times some of those people, the attention will just get pulled to them. What I mean by this is people can feel energy. So since you're not like trying to like be like real, like, hey, look at me, a lot of times that attracts people, like, oh, they're not trying to be seen. So it just makes people, sometimes that might make people more attractive or make people want to like magnetize them. What I mean by magnetizing is they might want to be around your energy more. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? You see what I'm saying, bro? But like, so yeah, bro, like it's your perception, it's your mindset. Like being lonely, it's not like, it's real, but it's also not real. What do I mean by this? Like, I'm gonna go deeper on this, right? Being lonely is real if you think it's real, right? Like, if you think being lonely is real, then it's really a reality. If you don't think loneliness is real, if you don't give into that energy, etc., then it's not real, right? You know what I'm saying? Excuse me, it's about your perception. Excuse me, it's about your energy, right? Exactly, exactly. Very nicely said. Only as real as we make it. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like it's only a L if you think it's an L. If you believe it's a L. If you really feel it's a L, then it's a L to you. Like you don't lose anything. Right? I've talked about this multiple times before, bro. You don't lose anything in life, right? Just because a relationship didn't work, just because a friendship didn't work, that doesn't you don't lose anything, right? Well, dang, she broke up with me. Dang, he broke up with me. Okay. But you didn't lose anything. What it's meant is meant. If it's meant for y'all not to be around each other anymore, then that's what's gonna happen. Y'all will naturally split apart, right? You know what I'm saying? So it's not like a you lost or you fumbled. Don't let social media fool you. You don't fumble. You don't lose anything. What is meant to happen is meant. What isn't meant to happen isn't meant, right? Even when you think you're losing, you really winning. I'm gonna say that again, bro. Even when you think you losing, you really winning, right? What do I mean by this, bro? When you losing, the universe is redirecting things. Okay, Ollie, you wanted it to go left, but it went right. You, okay, right? The universe knows you. The universe knows everything about you, right? So even if you want something to go a certain way and it doesn't go a certain way and it goes a different way, it's imperative, in my opinion, to trust into the universe because the universe knows what it's doing. If you want to be around somebody, but the universe is how it's being set up, you're not being around them, it's for a reason, bro. You see what I'm saying? The universe knows what it's doing. The universe wants to lead us in the right direction, but we have free will. So it's up to us if we're gonna go into the direction that the universe is trying to suggest us to go, right? It's like opening the door. The universe is like, look, Ali, if you go through this door, your life gonna change for the better. You're gonna have a lot more income, right? You're gonna feel a lot better. You're gonna look a lot better. You're gonna walk a lot better. Your just life gonna be a lot better in general, right? But it's up to me to walk through that door. The universe can show you the door. God can show you the door, but you have to walk through the door. God isn't a forcer. And when you do, and if you do decide to walk through that door, God gonna walk through the door with you. But God is not a forcer. God not gonna force it though. You know what I'm saying? God not gonna force it. You feel me? God not gonna force it, bro. Yeah, appreciate it. Shout out Roast and Rage. Shout out everybody in here. Not true. We're social animals. If you don't interact with people, talk, touch, etc., you have real chemical reaction. We others call it loneliness. The thing is, like, don't get me wrong, like, it's cool to be sociable, right? Don't get me wrong. But what I'm saying, bro, is just like, maybe you didn't get what I was saying, or maybe we both don't get what each other's saying. What I'm saying is, like, if you want to be alone and you're not bothering anybody and you're vibrating high and this is what you love to do, this is what you want to do, then there's nothing wrong with that. You see what I'm saying? You feel me? Now, if you're a person that likes to be very sociable, right? If you're a person that loves to go out, you love to talk to people, even if it's strangers, etc. If you're vibrating high and you're being yourself, then there's nothing wrong with that. And if you're somebody who's like a multi, right, which is you're somebody who likes to be sociable, but you also like to be alone, right, which is really everybody, to be honest, right? There's nothing wrong with that as long as you're vibrating high, etc., right? So, you know, I recommend not letting people make you feel bad because you want to be alone or you want to be around people, right? But the thing is with being very sociable is that are you okay with like being by yourself though, right? You know what I'm saying? If you like to be sociable, okay, cool. But if you don't like to be by yourself, then you're never gonna truly appreciate being around other people. Why? Because you don't truly appreciate being with yourself, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? Bro, stop. You've never read the Bible in your life. Name the first 5 books. So look, right, this person just commented and said, bro, stop. You've never read the Bible in your life. Name the first 5 books. Now look, right, in this live video, right, I said nothing about the Bible at all until now, right? Now look, I'm gonna go ahead and dive into the Bible a little bit, right? Listen, bro, I have read the Bible. Have I read the full Bible? No. A lot of preachers don't even read the full Bible. Let's just be real, bro. Now look, right? I have nothing against the Bible. I have nothing against Christianity. I actually grew up in a Christian household, right? I grew up, I went to church, etc. Right? I grew up in actually a Christian and a Muslim household. So I grew around both, right? I went to the mosque and I went to the church. I went to both, right? I am not in a religion, right? But I have nothing against Christianity, right? I have nothing against the Bible, but I do not know five. You said name the first five books. I don't know. You see what I'm saying? And if you are gonna read the Bible, if you are gonna read the Quran, I just recommend you not to believe everything out of a book, right? You wouldn't believe everything somebody says out their mouth, right? So why would you believe everything out of a book? These books are man-made, right? God did not create these books. Man created these books, and that's the honest truth, right? Is it a lot of good information in the Bible? Yes, it is. Is it a lot of good information in the Quran? Yes, it is, right? Is it a lot of good information in these religious books? Yes, it is. Is everything in these books 100% true? No, it is not, right? I think people might want to be more realistic when it comes to religion, right? Especially when it comes to the books. Like you're gonna believe everything in a book. So no, I do not. I do not know the first five books of the Bible or whatever you're talking about. I do not. Right? I have nothing against the Bible or nothing like that, but I do not. Right? I'm not a Christian. You know what I'm saying? That has nothing to do with me. The Bible has nothing to do with me. For real. It might have some similarities, but overall it doesn't, you know what I'm saying? I don't have, you know what I'm saying? Maybe so, but but yeah, getting back to like the original topic of this live, right? Is sometimes you aren't meant, and what I mean by sometimes you aren't meant to fit in, bro, I don't want you to take that out of context. Like what I mean by that is that sometimes you just aren't meant in to fit in with these people, right? Just because you're not meant to fit in with these people doesn't mean that, oh, since I didn't fit in with these people, that means I'm meant to not fit in with the whole world. No, bro. That just means you aren't meant to fit in with these people, but it's so many other people that you may be meant to fit in with, right? So what I'm saying is don't let, just because you're not meant to fit in with these groups of people, I recommend you to not let that stop you from feeling like you're not meant to fit in with somebody. You are meant to fit in with somebody. You're meant to fit in with people. It's just not those people, bro. Life is about frequency. Life is about vibration, right? In school and science class, we got taught about atoms, right? What are atoms? Atoms is frequency. It's energy. It's vibration, right? So let me give you another example, right? Let's say you have a gay person, right? And let's say you have a homophobic person, right? Those two people probably aren't going to connect good together. You know why? Because that person is gay and this person is homophobic. So the gay person might connect well with the homophobic person, but once the gay person finds out that this person is homophobic, now they may start crashing, they may start having negative energy towards each other. Why? Because both of them are on different frequencies, right? This is why a lot of relationships don't work. This is why a lot of people get divorced. It's because of the frequency. Everything in life is frequency. Everything in life is vibration. So with that being said, this is why a lot of times people break up. This is why a lot of times people get divorces. They were together for 50 years. Why did they get divorced? Because their frequency changed, right? You could be in love with somebody for a very long time, but if y'all's frequency starts changing and y'all aren't connecting anymore on the same frequencies or similar frequencies, then it's going to be an unbalance. It's going to be an unbalance. It's not going to feel the same. Those conversations aren't going to feel the same. Those conversations might not feel the same. Those laughs might not feel the same. The sex might not feel the same, etc. Right? I'm telling y'all what it really is, bro, on certain things, right? So if you got a gay person and you got a homophobic person, those two people probably are not gonna work. They're probably not gonna have a good connection because they're both on different frequencies. This gay person is like, hey, I'm gay, right? And then this homophobic person is like, I'm not gay and I don't like to be around gay people. So if they are both around each other, right? If both of those two people are placed in a room for 24 hours, they might clash heads with each other because they're on different frequencies, right? They're on different frequencies. So since they're on different frequencies and they don't want to, and if they don't want to connect with each other either, then they might start clashing heads, right? For a friendship, for a relationship, for a family ship, etc., for things to bond, y'all have to either be on the same connection, or very similar frequencies, right? Now look, right? Somebody asked me a question. They said, you said, how do you get the best out in life? Oh, wait, my bad. I read that incorrectly. How do you get the best out in the world? That's a good question. That's a very great question, right? How do you get the best out in the world? It's more so getting the best out of yourself, maybe so. A lot of things start within, right? So if you love yourself, right? If you truly like are loving yourself, you're gonna naturally love the world, right? If you're truly taking care of yourself, you're gonna naturally want to take care of other people, right? If you are naturally a good person to yourself, guess what? You're gonna naturally be a good person to others. So to make your life better, to make you enjoy, if you want to enjoy the world better, enjoy yourself better. Because when you enjoy yourself better, you're naturally gonna enjoy the world better. When you start to appreciate yourself more, you're gonna naturally appreciate people more, right? This is another reason why isolation and being alone is so important and so imperative. You don't have to always be alone. But what I'm saying is when you are alone, it can teach you, hey, I love being by myself. I love spending time with self. So now, when you get around people and you're being sociable, you might appreciate the conversation and the energy more because you have taken time and energy to go be in isolation. So you know how isolation feels. You know how isolation feels. You know how to appreciate yourself more, right? So since you know how to appreciate yourself more, now when you get around other people, you might start to appreciate them more. One of the main reasons why a lot of people don't appreciate other people is because they're not truly appreciating themselves more. And the reason why they're not truly appreciating themselves more is because a lot of times people aren't spending enough energy in isolation, being with themselves, getting off social media and actually being with themselves, right? So to get the best out of the world, right? What I would say to that is bro, work on yourself. When you start to feel better, you will start to feel better about the things around you as well, right? So if you want the world, if you want to feel better about the world, start feeling better about yourself because you are a reflection of the world and the world is a reflection of you. Life is a reflection, right? You are the karma. Whatever energy you give out, that's the same energy that's going to reflect back and send back to you. You see what I'm saying? Right? It's an energy thing. You ever been in the grocery store? You pay the $50, then you receive what you receive. You get your food or whatever. Let's say you go into a pizza store, right? You order a pizza, right? For you to get this pizza, you have to do what? You have to give money. In other words, an energy exchange. This is an energetic exchange, right? Life is frequency. It's an energy exchange. Okay, hey man, I want to get this pizza. Okay, cool. $12.50. You give them the $12 and the 50 cents. Now they give you a pizza. It's an energetic exchange, right? So if you want to feel better about yourself, you want to feel better about the world, do the inner work, do the healing, tap in with self more, tap in with God, Allah, Yahweh, whatever name you would like to call it. They all go back to the same energy, right? I recommend you to not get too like, oh, it's Allah. No, it's God. No, it's the Most High. No, it's Source. No, it's El. You can call it whatever name you want to call it. They all go back to the same energy. They're all talking about the same energy. They're talking about source, universe, whatever name you want to call it, right? So if you want your world to feel better, if you want to have a better look at the world, have a better look at yourself. You know what I'm saying? For real. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? For real. But yeah, man. So, don't enjoy your seasons. What do I mean by seasons? Life is kind of like a book, right? You ever read a book before, right? In this chapter, Johnny, he's not really that strong, or he's strong, but he's not as strong as he wants to be, right? You keep reading, okay, cool. Johnny is not as strong as he wants to be, okay, cool. You get to chapter 3, okay, he's getting more stronger. He's starting to get more muscle on him. Okay, Johnny is getting stronger. Okay, now in chapter 4, Johnny gets in a car accident. So now he has to rebuild himself. So in chapter 5, 6, 7, and 8, Johnny's rebuild himself. Johnny's in that arc where he's rebuilding himself. He's getting back into the gym because he took a lot of time off from the gym because he was injured, right? You see how Johnny went through different chapters, different phases, different seasons. Enjoy every season that you go through, right? Because once a season is over, it's over. Even if you enter an isolation season and it's over, and then you hop into another isolation season later on, those are two different isolation seasons, right? Things can be similar, right? But for an example, right? I just picked this up, right? I'm gonna pick it up again, right? I got two different experiences when I picked it up from the first time and the second time. It may not have looked like it, it may not have felt like it, but I can pick this up as many times and I can do the same movement every time, but I'm gonna get a different experience every time. So what am I saying, right? Enjoy your seasons, enjoy your life, because you don't get that season back. You don't get that back, right? If you are around people right now, enjoy that, right? Because you don't get that back. What I mean by you don't get that back is, you ever been chilling with your homegirl, your homeboy, and you laugh? Y'all have a moment where y'all laugh or they making a joke. They could make another joke 2 minutes later, but it's gonna be a different energy. It's gonna be a different experience. You don't get experiences back, is what I'm saying. You don't get experiences back. So enjoy I recommend you to enjoy the experiences in good, positive ways. You don't get experiences back, right? Somebody asks, am I gay? No, I am not gay. I like women and women only. But I have nothing against the gay community. I have nothing against the LGBT community. I have nothing against the trans community. None of that, bro. I have nothing against anything, bro. You see what I'm saying? I am Ali. I am that I am. I am a God, right? I have nothing against anything, right? Why would I have something? Why would I be against something, right? I am not against anything. I don't agree with everything, but I'm not against something like, oh, I'm going against you. No, I'm not going against anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going against anything, right? You know what I'm saying? You feel me? You know what I'm saying? But this was a dope live, y'all. I'm finna hop off live, but before I hop off live, if y'all have any actual, like, real esoteric, real questions, you can ask them down in the comments, because I am about to hop off live. Also, I got a YouTube video that just came out tonight, not too long ago. Y'all can go check that out if y'all would like to. You feel me? It don't look like we have any other questions, and it's all good, but I appreciate everybody joining this live deeply, and peace to all.